Let's understand what is VO₂ Max. VO₂ Max is the maximal amount of oxygen. If you increase VO₂ Max, you improve aerobic capacity, which supports fat oxidation, better metabolism, improved cardiovascular function. Common mistakes that you do in overall understanding about improvements on fitness in return, as in we're talking about VO₂ Max, into the VO₂ Max.
There are a lot of trainers, but then there is Praveen Nair.
Ever since Praveen and Mehak came into my life, my whole life changed.
Body strong होता, mind strong होता है. You are the best.
The mantra is Mehak and Praveen's training.
What if I told you that the people who really look fit, at the same time the people who are really fit, there's a huge difference. And the difference is about VO₂ Max. That's about your capacity of your own body to use or consume oxygen to its best. And actually this brings in a good fat burning process. At the same time, your heart condition. The main focus goes to be keeping the heart protected all the time. And you need to have that heart condition done. So first of all, you need to understand the VO₂ Max. In this video, dig deep into the details of what is VO₂ Max, how to really fix it, and how to really move your fitness to the next level. Let's go. Alright, so I'm Praveen Nair. I'm a fitness trainer and entrepreneur from Mumbai. My forte is about transforming people, and we do that through Sweat Pilates, Sweat Bootcamp, and our Sweat online training programs. Today we're going to talk about VO₂ Max, and it has a direct correlation with the way you feel, your longevity, your heart condition. And when I say as a trainer, the most important aspect is your heart condition. So anyone who comes to start the workout or fitness regime routine, what we teach them first of all is about working on mobility and at the same time working on heart condition, which means that if in case you need to create any kind of intense movement, first of all, your heart rate has to be in a stable situation. Say, for example, when you go to a gym and start working out or any kind of fitness routine that you start doing it and you feel the heart rate to be about 130, 140, you may feel very uncomfortable and you can't push through that exercise or probably that situation for a long period of time and you end up giving up. So when you have better VO₂ Max or better heart condition, you can certainly sustain the exercise for a long period of time. You can get into more of working out about 150 or 160. So if in case you've seen CrossFit athletes and they're doing constantly back-to-back movements, and those movements are almost everything taken from gymnastics or compound lifting, such kind of activities, which means that if in case you're doing a compound movement, your heart rate goes to about 130, 140 above. And to sustain that modality or probably the training method, and when you start working on basic heart condition, the first thing that comes in your mind should be the VO₂ Max. So let's deep dive into the video today, understand this, stay till the end of the video. We're going to get in the details of how to improve it, how often you should do it, and how to really understand the VO₂ Max. Today we're going to be learning about what VO₂ Max actually is, why it matters for fat loss and heart health, how to improve it, the proven methods, mistakes, and how to measure it, your action plan. Let's understand what is VO₂ Max. VO₂ Max is the maximal amount of oxygen. Your body can utilize it during an intense phase of exercise. Essentially, how good is your cardiorespiratory system, which is your heart, in delivering oxygen to the muscles and burning fuel, which is fats. Below 35 for men and below 24/7 for women. That's considered a sedentary lifestyle. Fair is about 35 to 40 for men and 27 to 31 for women, and that's about average fitness. Good is about 40 to 46 for men, 31 to 36 for women. These are the people who generally get to see regular exercise, who shows about somewhere about 4 times in a week to a kind of an intense based exercise routine. Excellent is about 46 to 52 for men, and for women is about 36 to 42. Well-trained athlete. These are the ones who is like generally involved in a lot of running, consistency in the workout routines. Superior for men is about 52 plus, and for women is about 42 plus. Elite endurance level athletes, which means that they are regular athletes. So those are the numbers that defines your average VO₂ Max numbers by fitness levels. In simple, high VO₂ Max equal to your body is more efficient. You can work harder, recover better, and burn more fuel. Why VO₂ Max links to your fat loss and your overall heart health. VO₂ Max is associated with your overall metabolism, which is in return fat loss, your overall heart condition, which means the way you do activities, probably doing a high intensity based cardio routine or probably high intensity based workout routine or keeping that intensity for a long period of time. In simple terms, if anybody runs for about say 10 kilometer, 21 kilometer or 42 kilometer run or a marathon, they actually have a better VO₂ Max. So those are the direct impact that you would have towards your overall fitness, your fat metabolism, or say your metabolic rate. At the same time, fat oxidation. And in return, you will get certainly a better body composition. Study body fat percentage is negatively correlated with VO2 max. Higher fat percentage equal to lower relative VO2 max in most of the studies. If you increase VO2 max, you improve aerobic capacity, which supports fat oxidation, better metabolism, improved cardiovascular function. Heart health. A high VO2 max correlates to a better physical fitness and is associated with lower risk for cardiovascular disease and increased longevity. So for someone aiming for fat loss or metabolic health, improving VO2 max gives you leverage beyond just eat less, move more. How to improve VO2 max? Proven methods. One of the most important thing is the exercise programming that you have. You certainly want to know what's your VO2 max at this point of time. Track it down, write it down somewhere in a book, in an Excel sheet sort of a thing, and recheck it after about 15 days. That would be one of the best methods to do it. Use a heart rate monitor to know about the intensity of overall workout. Now, you may want to do a lot of high intensity based training protocols, probably a home routine which is high intensity. Generally, if you notice, if in case you do any HIIT routine at home also with dumbbell with body weight, your heart rate goes to be about 130 plus, and you're going to be doing that activity for anywhere about 20 to 30 minutes. To prolongly keeping the heart under working will certainly bring that VO2 max to a better level. On the other hand, could be that if in case you're doing a group class like Pilates or boot camp, ideally sweat Pilates, sweat boot camp would be a great method to keep it up, because we do a lot of supersets. So you did one set of exercise and then you probably move to the next exercise. That in return gets you a better outcome. On the other hand is about training with resistance. So ideally, if in case you're a person that goes for a run on the road or on the treadmill for about say anywhere about 5 to 10 kilometers on an alternate day basis, for example, say Monday, Wednesday and Friday, on the other day around like Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, you would incorporate lifting weights. Now, when you're lifting weights, you certainly build muscle volume, muscle mass, or probably say you give more volume to those muscle fibers. And when you have better volume of the muscle fibers, the muscle strength is improved, you get to see that overall outcome of your performance in return, whether that you're doing an HIIT or probably and high compound lift based training protocols. So now at Pilates, at Sweat Pilates also we use resistance and we use dumbbells or probably resistance bands, such kind of resistance based exercise to incorporate better results and better outcome. So these protocols and these training programs can certainly make it a point that your VO2 max improves under a certain time. As I mentioned that overall checking after certain days will make it a point that you are getting better results. How to check VO2 max? Now you must have seen a lot of athletes running on a treadmill wearing a mask and one trainer or one person standing nearby having a clipboard and writing things down. That's about the laboratory check that they do. This is the most efficient and an effective one to understand the numbers to the precise manner, but certainly we have other methods that we can understand, like using an Apple Watch and things like that. So when you see someone running on a treadmill, an athlete ideally, a mask measures how much oxygen you inhale and how much carbon dioxide that you exhale. The intensity gradually increases until your exhaustion. The machine calculates your maximum oxygen uptake, that's VO2 max. This is one of the most accurate methods to do the VO2 max test. This method ideally measures heart rate, lactate threshold, and ventilatory efficiency too. This is kind of a little expensive one. If in case you find it, it's going to be somewhere about 3,000 to 10,000 rupees per test. Then you have a smart watch and the fitness tracker estimation. Like ideally you have Garmin, Apple Watch, Fitbit, and Polar, Sunto watches that promises to do such kind of activities like VO2 max check. These are accuracies about moderate. How VO2 max applies for fitness or regular people. What we need to understand is that when you have a better VO2 max, your overall performance from the point of view, any exercise that you do could be cardio, could be weightlifting, could be doing a group class like Sweat Pilates and Sweat Boot Camps, which are much more organized method of exercising, gets you a better outcome, which means that in return, your overall performance goes better. From the point of view is that, assume that in about say 1 minute, you can do about 20 squats. And when you have a better VO2 max, you can end up doing about 25 squats. Now, what have you got in return is that you could burn better amount or bigger amount of calories. You get to recover better. Your overall health of the heart as well as your muscle has got better from the point of view of muscle endurance. So what I'm trying to make it a point here is that if in case you're in a gym and just walking on a treadmill for 30-40 minutes, which most of the people end up doing on a treadmill in a gym, is because they yet don't know the benefits of doing an intense training or probably doing it better than yesterday. They're just doing the same intensity, same walking style, same speed, same incline. They're not achieving anything. And of course, when you're in the gym or any kind of exercise routine, you need to have a certain goal. Why are you doing that? Is it to improve VO2 max? Is it to improve fat oxidation? Or probably doing an empty stomach? We've spoken about in the past about doing intermittent fasting and then doing the cardio, or probably workout in the closing window close by, to maximize the outcome that we have. So once the goal is very precisely understood, what has to be done with that particular time that you invest, you may want to do a bit better. So I would say that tracking the numbers is very, very important from the point of view that you can just every day on a daily basis, you can just track your heart rate in order to do a 5-kilometer run or to do a certain number of set of exercise in a compound method, or probably in a weight training, or probably to do a sweat boot camp or sweat Pilates class, to complete a class of 15 minutes or complete an activity of 15 minutes, so 5-kilometer. What is the active heart rate or active calories that you burn? You understand that over a period of time, the amount of effort that you're putting is comparatively lesser. Now that defines that your VO2 max and overall muscle endurance has got better. And now that defines your heart condition, heart health, at the same time your overall fitness. So you're going to the gym, or probably you're doing an activity which doesn't get you much of a numbers, it's not going to really help you. So you want to make it a point that anything that you do, even spending about 20 minutes to 15 minutes in a gym or in any fitness routine, does get you the understanding of the numbers, and that will make you a winner in the journey of fitness. Common mistakes that you do in overall understanding about improvements on fitness in return, as in we're talking about VO2 max, into the VO2 max. Most of the time, we or probably anybody go to the gym is end up doing a lot of steady cardio. In fact, when we started our fitness journey, we were doing a lot of weightlifting and then a steady cardio. Of course, there is a study that shows that if you're doing low intensity based steady cardio, you would get to burn more fats, right? Like if in case you're fasting, you get to see a lot of bodybuilders and fitness models. They do a lot of steady low intensity based cardio, either on a treadmill by walking, light incline walking, or probably doing a stepper for a long period of time, which is about anywhere about 60 to 90 minutes in a day, and then they have a split routine comes into down, which is about weightlifting, intense weightlifting. But of course, they are in a lot of hormone-based situation wherein they get to see faster results. But we're talking about the normal people, and at the same time, you see a lot of bodybuilders and people like that, they end up dying because of their heart condition. Of course, the reason is not just simply because of the VO2 max. Of course, there are a lot of hormones that they take which are ideally oil-based that exactly puts a lot of stress on the heart. Now, on the other hand, what you need to understand is about if in case you are in a gym and if you're doing very steady, slow-paced cardio would not really help you. You want to really target something like a triathlon athlete. They really push the heart rate, or probably a long distance runner, like 21, 42 kilometer runner. What do they generally do? That they actually start tracking their progress and the time, like how long did I take to meet a 21 or meet a 10 kilometer run. So once they know that, they took about 2.5 hours to meet a kind of say a 15 kilometer or a 21 kilometer run. So now the effort would be to make that time come down a little bit lower. Maybe that 1 minute, 1.5, 2 minutes shows a huge improvement overall in the muscle sense of understanding. At the same time, the heart rate that they have to meet that number of kilometers. So VO2 max is just more than a number. It's about the way you feel, the way you exercise, the way you perform any activity in your day-to-day life. So it's very important to have a better VO2 max in order to perform a better life. So being said that, you want to make it a point that your all the numbers are exactly tracked. You do know the numbers and you constantly keep working on getting the numbers, but not just about spending time in the gym, just about spending or going to any fitness routine. You have to take the responsibility of you getting better. So it's time to focus on improving your oxygen capacity. So if you're ready to dig deeper, get really fit, please reach out to SweatFit Wellness. Come on to the website sweatfitwellness.com and drop a message to us, or probably any of our YouTube or Instagram handles, and we will reach out. You comment as transformation, will send across to you a 21 days guide which will indicate or probably tell you about what has to be done to see that initial steps. It's always been said that once you see results and once you stay committed for 21 days, then you actually grab that as a lifestyle, as a part of your life. So we have the 21 days guide to you as soon as you send the transformation in the comment section on the Instagram, on the YouTube, or even just come and drop a message at the website. We'll reach out to you and my team or myself will get in a call with you and help you to get fitter. Please share with any of the friends or family members who need genuine help in getting themselves fitter. So we have all the programs, a great amount of team members sitting at the back end to really help you to get fit. On the other hand, please subscribe, hit the bell icon. I look forward to see you in the next video. This channel focuses on helping you to get better, helping you to take a step towards a better version of yourself through fitness, through knowing sales. Even we focus on sales because this channel really focuses on improving trainers' quality, or probably fitness trainers' quality. So we have a lot of videos focusing on how to improve yourself as a trainer. Along with HIIT videos, we have information video, we have like the one which you're seeing right now, and we have a lot of recipes. And I believe that these are the few things that you need to really change yourself into a better version of yourself. Meanwhile, you guys take care, start getting into understanding numbers and working on your VO₂ Max improvement. And working on your VO₂ Max improvement, I'll bring you to the next video. See you soon, take care, and I'll see you in the next next video. Much love.